Craziest rumor you heard about yourself.
That I was selling drugs. I'm a drug dealer.
Respectfully asking you this, is that true or false?
That is definitely false.
And have you addressed this publicly, or is this your first time?
This is my first time.
Now, how did that rumor start?
Well, due to the fact that I own multiple business at a very young age, they thought I was dealing. That's how I got my money, to be able to have all those businesses running and being successful. So pretty much they thought I was just cleaning money or selling drugs.
Care to share how that money was?
I started off with doing taxes. And you know, back in the days, taxes was something that was very popular. Not many was doing it, but I was on one of the top because I did go to school. I went to university. I went to college. I did study business and accounting. No, I don't have not the degree, the certificate, the CPA license, but I do have the degree. And at the time I was doing it, I was making a lot of money because I have the knowledge. I'm very smart when it comes to doing numbers. That was one of the top, and I just had a lot of clients. So I was making good money at the time to be able to afford to open a pizzeria, a restaurant, a beauty bar, a cosmetic line. It was all coming from the money that I was making by doing taxes.
And aside from this rumor, and let's double back on one thing you just said, college. Care to share the reference of that college you attended for that degree back in those days?
I went to Miami-Dade College and then transferred to AIU, American Intercontinental University.
And how far did the degrees get for you? Bachelor's, master's?
I got my bachelor's in business administration.
Now, aside from this rumor, what is your policy, generally speaking, when it comes to rumors?
Honestly, I don't care about rumors. People will always have something to say. I never really focused on rumors. That's the reason why I never really addressed certain things. People could just believe whatever they want to believe, because at the end of the day, sometimes you try to fix something, but it's the person already have that point of view and it's never going to change. They're going to feel like either you're lying or you just trying to cover up or whatever. So I don't really care about rumors like that.
Now, did you always have this mentality, or was this something you grew into?
I always had this mentality. I'm very independent. I don't rely on anyone to really do things for me. So I have my personality is pretty much doing my own thing. So I'm just nonchalant when it comes to what people got to say.
Before this interview ends, is there anything else you were not asked fans want to know? People want to know? Is there anything you want to address while you're here? Anything else you didn't get a chance to mention you'd like to mention now?
Let's see. Are you rich?
And what's the answer to that?
I make a lot of money. A lot of money. I consider myself rich because I'm healthy. I have 3 beautiful boys that are healthy. I'm able to eat anything I want. I can afford anything I want. And that's it.
And speaking on the topic of money, when it comes to this entrepreneurial spirit that you have and opening up a variety of businesses over the years, where did that mentality come from? Because, something you mentioned previously, and I'm kind of just summarizing here, not saying verbatim, but, when you had that tax company, you used that money to fund other business ventures. But there's some, because you mentioned in that period of time of doing tax work that you were making a large amount of money doing that business. It was very profitable back in those days. But there's some people, when they make a profit from a business, they sit on it, they spend it, they splurge with it. Why continue to have that entrepreneurial mindset and diversify your portfolio with other businesses? Why not just expand the tax business and just concentrate on that at the time?
First, you asked me where did I get that from. I think I got it from my mama because she was doing many different things as a businesswoman. And when it comes to the businesses, you can't put your feet in one place. You have to be able to try different things. And I'm the type of girl, I'm a risk taker. I invest my money. I'm always investing my money. That's why I know when to make the right move. There are certain questions that people ask, like, oh, why don't you have a property yet? Or with that money, just like you're asking, why don't you own this or that? I know when to make the move. My moves are very calculated, I can say. So I don't put my money in just one bag. I like to expand. I like to try different things. I'm very open-minded. So that's why I don't just stick to one business.
And you also mentioned something previously that you're independent, or you have this independent mentality. Where did that come from as well?
Being independent pretty much came from the way I grew up. My father died when I was 4 years old. So pretty much my mom had to hustle, like I said. She had different businesses. She was doing everything back home in Haiti to make sure we had food to eat. Our school were paid for. Our houses were paid for. We had chauffeurs. We had cars. So my mom was not always around to raise us. So we had maids, but at the same time, they were just there to cook and clean and make sure we eat. Other than that, we were just alone. It's me and my two sisters. So we pretty much grew up raising ourselves because mama couldn't be home 24/7 to guide us, and we didn't have a father present to do that job too. So I personally don't have that fatherhood presence in my life. So I'm always defensive. I'm always trying to go get it done myself. So I think that independent mentality came from what I had to go through as a child.
And where are you on the ladder amongst the sisters? The oldest, the middle, the youngest?
I'm the youngest sister.
And it was the same father and mother for all three of you?
Correct.
Now, what do you say to somebody that's not independent currently, that's not entrepreneurial currently, but wants to be? They want to be independent or they want to be entrepreneurial. Do you have anything you would say to either one of those avenues?
Yeah, if you want it, that means it's in you. As long as you want it. Because if you didn't want it, then that would be a different case.
Anything else, and not just on the subject of money and things of that nature, but generally speaking here?
We'll leave that for another time.
Okay. Any loose ends you want to tie from this interview with the previous topics you were asked? Anything you failed to speak on? Anything that needs further clarification from what was said in this interview?
No.
Any final words?
You know what? The misconceptions. I just thought about it.
Take your time.
Yeah, the misconception.
And rewinding back to that question originally asked was, what is the biggest misconception of you at this point?
That I'm not a true artist.
And where does that misconception stem from?
I was born to be an artist. I am who I am.
So, aside from all these entrepreneurial endeavors, music was
Has
before
always
any
been-
of that.
Music has always been my thing. I was singing with my sister back home in Haiti. I was like 5, 6 years old. And she always knew that I was going to be this big artist. And I always believed it myself. Therefore, yes, I'm an artist.
Anything else on that topic of artistry?
No.
And moving forward, any final words you want to leave with the audience?
Make sure you guys stream to my music on YouTube. Watch my videos. I'm on all social media platforms, everywhere, iTunes, everywhere, you name it, I'm on there. Florence El Luche. Stream to my music. Watch the show Love and Hip Hop Miami every Monday at 8 p.m. Follow me on IG, Florence DeRay. Facebook, Florence El Luche. Twitter, Florence DeRay. Just Google me, Florence El Luche, and you'll see the truth.